set to do the honors, and we are underway from Atlanta. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. And, CD, you look at this defense. What kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From midfield, here's Brady. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. Again, it's Fournette. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You can also just sit back there to throw it on every down.
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now Brady. Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they prove their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Straight ahead, Patterson. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
3rd and 2.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That's caught. It's Brian Edwards. And he is going to have the Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
To about the 35, 2nd down. The Falcons at 11-5 on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 42. A good pickup there at 22.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. 20. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a gain of 35. That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, he doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game, showing off those wheels, and picking up some nice yardage.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. He'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Falcons! Kyle Pitts, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Falcons go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
It's a gain of 35. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
Fournette, a first down carry. Down inside the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Robbie Anderson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point up and good by Succa. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Devontae Smith deep to return. Fielded just inside the 30. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you sort of notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. we're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Brady. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They're going to look to throw. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. That's returnable now for Smith. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and they will take over 1st and 10.
Their own 29-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. And Fournette with a 1st down carries. He works his way forward for a nice pickup of about 6. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Here's Brady to throw. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. Up the gut, Fournette. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 2 yards, good enough for a first. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he's got room. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
First and 10, it's Patterson. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's good. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Here's Bowden. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
7 plays on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second and 7.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He gets this one complete to Bowden. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Bowden. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. That is, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. On the ground, it's Bowden. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play. Yeah. But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the 3rd quarter.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
On 2nd and 7, Brady, and that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Brady. Open man has got it. It's complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Inside handoff down to Fournette. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Brady. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Brady going to throw.
They'll swing this out to Fournette. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On play action, it's Brady. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time to have a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. Now Brady. They'll get that to Fournette, complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gap.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Falcons are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They run with Bowden. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 29-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
Here we go. Ready?
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 20-yard line.
Ready?
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 if people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Handoff running left, Patterson. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Throw left side complete. That's Goodwin.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Darrell Williams, right tackle, the guilty party.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Back to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Give him 5 on the QB run, but it's going to bring up a 4th down.
A gain of 5. It's 4th down.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And with a little more than a minute to go, we are on time. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? What does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Now Brady.
This is Anderson, and they will get the conversion on third down, but the clock, a more pressing factor.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
To throw is Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete.
And this will be a first down as well, but the clock continues to move.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On second down, here's Fournette. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. On now is Ryan Succop for the field goal try. This from long, very long range. And the kick is good. He got it. And it's official now. They're going to the playoffs. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And this one won't be remembered for many offensive fireworks, but they did enough to get the job done.
And that's why it's a team game, because sometimes you have to lean on one part of your team. And they leaned on their defense. In fact, they probably went over there and asked for some help. Like, guys, We just don't have it in this one. Can you hook us up? And they did in a big way. Said, nope.